Welcome to T1 Academy. In this video, we are going to discuss one more important concept, that is analogy. Analogy. Now see here students, if you see any competitive examination, when it comes to the reasoning, you can see a question from this analogy concept, and especially the examinations which are related to the examinations which are related to our staff selection commission, any banking, or like our railways examination, especially railways and staff selection commission. Banking, in very few occasions we will see the questions, but that is different analogy. We will see that one also. But when it comes to the SSC, staff selection commission, and when it comes to banking, railways examinations, this analogy concept we will see a lot. Okay, we can expect a minimum of 1 to 2 questions from this analogy. Now see here students, this analogy is different from the coding and decoding. What happens is, most of the students will have a myth that coding and decoding and our analogy are same. Yes, up to I can say that when it comes to the alphabet code analogy and number analogy, it may be same up to 80%, not exactly 80% similarities you can see between the coding and decoding and analogy. In case of what? In case of our alphabets analogy or number analogy, especially not number analogy, alphabet analogy. If you see that alphabet analogy, it more or less looks like a coding and decoding, but that is a different one and this is different one, students. I will tell you when it comes to that alphabet analogy, what is the major difference between this analogy and that analogy. And next, today in this first video, we are going to discuss about our word analogy. Word analogy. See here students, what is analogy actually represents? That means this one also similar to our coding and decoding. They will give us a word and they will give us a word. Once again, word analogy. I am speaking about the word analogy. And they will give us a new word, and we need to write the word for this one. Now see here students, when you see like this, whatever the relation which was there between the first two, the same relation should be there between the next two. Understood? For example, if these are synonyms, here also I should have synonym. If this is antonym, here I should have antonym. If it is a workplace and worker, that means take for example hospital and doctor. Okay, then similarly they will give us school. Who will work on school? Generally teacher. Okay, like this, whatever the relation which was there between the first two, the same relation should be there between the next two. That is how we should think and we should write our final answer. So first, today in this video we are going to start from the word analogy. This word analogy requires some general knowledge, right? Then only we can attempt it. Some basic English concept like synonyms, antonyms, we should be very good. And this general awareness. General awareness means diseases and how we are going to cure. Like this different types of things we will see now. Don't worry, from our concept analogy. Okay, now directly we will move to the question, students. Now see here, first, deep, shallow. Deep and shallow. What are these, students? Please observe carefully. Deep and shallow. What is the relation between this deep and shallow? Antonym, right? Not exactly opposite word, but an antonym. An antonym. Okay, an antonym. An antonym for me. So now similarly, what will be the antonym for freedom? That means not exactly opposite, seem little bit. See here, democracy. Democracy and freedom more or less we can consider it as synonyms, similar words. Conviction means what? After a crime was happened and the criminal will be convicted. That is a different context. Next, prison and discipline. Discipline is completely out of the league. Okay, now see here, in prison do we have freedom? Freedom means what in general? In general, freedom means wherever we want we can move and whatever the activity which we like we can do, right? But when it comes to the prison, is there any chance in prison to move wherever I want to move? No. Is there any chance to do whatever the activity which I like to do? No. So because of that reason, the antonym for freedom is, the best suitable one is prison. See here students, instead of finding an exact answer, here in analogy concept, we will choose the best one. Remember this one. This context is very important. See, there will be some situations where two or more options will be similar. Okay, definitely there will be many situations like that. In that cases, what we should do is, we should choose the best one. We should choose the best one among that. Okay. Now similarly, there are some antonyms which may they ask us in the examination. See, best and worst, lending money and borrowing the money, dawn and dusk, cruel kind, sink float, save kill, import export, flood famine, right? Ignore notice, mourn and rejoice, initial final, zenith nadir, advance retreat, create and destroy. These are our important antonyms which was most frequently asked in multiple examinations, students. So please take the screenshot of this one or pause the video and try to write all these things. Why? Because these are some of the most repeated questions, okay, which was asked in different examinations. Like this we will see all the cases, students, need not to worry. Now see the next one, genuine, authentic. What is the relation between these two, students? In general, genuine and authentic, more or less synonym, right, for me? So now mirage means what, students? Mirage means, we can see mirages. Where we can see the mirage? Generally, where we can see the mirage? In deserts, or during the summers on tar roads we can see this mirage, right? If water like image on road, we will think that there is some water on the road, but actually does it happens? No, right? It is not possible. So the same thing here. Mirage is similar to what? An illusion. Mirage is an image. Yes, it is a kind of image, but it is not the relation which we want here. Actually, we want here a synonym. So that is not possible for us here. Next, transpiration. No, it is completely out of the league. Next, reflection. Is this any reflection? No, actually it is a kind of sunlight reflection or something like that, but we are not. But that is not the meaning, right? How it is formed means by reflection. Here we are not speaking about its formation. Here we are looking for a similar one, an illusion. Mirage is an illusion, right? Yes. So our answer here becomes illusion. Now see here, students, some of the similar one: vacant, empty, stable, rigid, abduct, kidnap. Some of the synonyms: fallacy, illusion, tempest, storm, ban, prohibition, blend means mix, we all know, general, admire, praise, death, scarcity, and brim, edge. These are the most commonly asked questions, students, in this context. In the synonyms context, these are some of the most commonly asked one. Like this, in each and every context, we will see all the most commonly asked questions, students, so that it will be easy for us. Okay, we can cover many examples like this. Next, see in volume, liter. What is the relation between volume and liter? Usually, one of the units of volume is what? Liters. That means I can measure volume in terms, I can say volume in terms of liters, milliliters, right? Like this, I can use different units. So one of the units of volume, that means the measuring unit of volume is what? Liter. Now similarly, in what the area will be measured, students? In what the area will be measured? Hectares, right? Hectares, acres. Like this we can use in different square meters, whatever it is. But here the four options. I have four options. One is a degree. Usually for what we will use degrees? Temperature. Degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit we will use, right? So to measure the temperature we will use degree. Radian is to measure the angles. Angles we will use Newton. Newton is used for what? To measure the force. Right? So like this we will use them in different, but the best suitable. Usually area will be measured in what? Hectares. Here the option which is best for me is hectares. Now see here some of the important units and most frequently asked units for us in the examination. Force is a unit for force unit is Newton. Energy is measured in joules. Current in ampere. Length in meters, kilometers, whatever it is based on the context. Temperature in degrees. Mass in kilogram. Time measured in seconds and minutes. Anyway here it is second, it is fine. Frequency in hertz. We can tune the frequency in hertz, right? Power in watt, pressure in Pascal, and angle in radian. So these are the frequently asked questions, students. So please note these things carefully. Along with this, you can write this one also. Okay, next one. Moon. Moon and satellite. What is the relation between these one, students? Moon is one of the satellite, right? Yes, there will be many satellites in space. In that, moon is one of that satellite. Okay, sir, good. Now, moon is a satellite, or I can say that moon is a satellite. When it comes to Earth, Earth is a planet, right? Or there are some planets on the in this universe, in that Earth is one of it. So in any context, what will be our answer here? Planet. From a group, one single person. From a group, one single person, one single item we are taking out. So sun, is Earth a sun? No. Planet, yes. Solar system, see, in solar system there are many things. In solar system we will have sun, satellites, planets, asteroids, many things will be there. But the immediate one, moon's immediate one is satellite, right? Similarly, Earth immediate one is what? Group. Immediate group is what? Planets for me. Once again I can say moon is also a part of solar system, right? Yes, it is a part of solar system, but here we are not taking that one. Why? Because this is the immediate upper level. See, from top we can divide, right? Segregation like that. So Earth is a planet, asteroid, no. Now see here, man and a crowd, single person and a group. Single person and a group. Sheep and a flock of sheep. Generally we use that word. Flock means a group of sheep, that is called a flock. Next, soldiers, army. Single soldier and an army. Flowers and bouquet, right? Cattle and head. See students, most of the students will get confused with this sheep, flock and cattle head. So please be careful. Cattle is head. Artist and a troop. A group of artists we call them as a troop. Fish, shawl. Singer, chorus. Group of singers will give chorus, right? So that is the reason, right? Next one. Candle and a wax. Candle and wax. That means what? Candle is prepared with the help of what? Wax. That means immediate byproduct. Above. Now see, paper. Most of the students will think that, sir, paper will come from wood, tree, bamboo. All the answers are correct, right? Actually speaking. Now see here students, candle, will the wax available directly? No. Then definitely it should be collected from tree or some other source, right? So don't think too much. Immediate one, immediate upper layer. Immediate. So candle is prepared from what? Wax. Now similarly paper will be prepared from what? Pulp. So our answer here becomes pulp. Sir, pulp once again will be collected from trees. Yes, that is correct. But here the context is different. Candle, similarly wax is also collected from trees, right? So why didn't write candle and a tree? Immediate one, immediate layer. So paper is prepared from pulp. Paper is prepared from pulp. For example, if the question is here, if they give me pulp, then I would have written tree. But here they given me paper, so that is the reason I am going with pulp. So our answer here becomes pulp. Similarly, metal, ore. From ore, metal will be found. Butter, milk. Yarn, from yarn we will collect fabric. Like this, all these things students. Shoes from leather. Marmalade, orange. Bread, flour. Brick is construct wall. Book, paper. Metal, ore. Okay, once again it is repeated. Curd, milk. Furniture, wood. Cloth, fiber. Ketchup, tomato. Wine, grapes. Pullover, wool. Pullover means what? It is nothing but a type of sweatshirt or shirt. Oil means what? Oil will be collected from seeds. Immediate one. Okay, right? Next one. Wimbledon trophy, tennis. Trophy and it is related to the sport. Okay, trophy and the sports. So Walker's Cup, similarly it will be related with golf student. Usually Walker's Cup is related to golf. Walker's Cup is related to golf for us here. Next one, Ranji Trophy is for cricket. See students, most of the students can easily know about cricket, but please concentrate on these hockey items. Dhyan Chand Trophy, Aslan Shah Trophy, and similarly for Thomas Cup is for badminton and Uber Cup is for badminton. Okay, like this there are different cups. Please go through all the sports and events, trophy names and the sport which is related to that one. Okay, right? Next one, doctor and hospital. Person and his workplace. Okay, so teacher works at what? School. So our answer is option B. Option B will be our answer. Now similarly, profession and its workplace. Profession and its workplace. Lawyer, court. Artist, theatre. Scientist, laboratory. Waiter, restaurant. See students, most of the things students think that sir artist will work directly in theatre. See theatre means here drama, that things we call it as theatre usually. The thing where we see movies, that is not called theatre actually speaking. Okay, theatre means where we will have a stage and some artists perform on it lively. So that is called theatre in general. That is the actual meaning of theatre. So artist and theatre, that is how it is related. Next, farmer works at field, sailor ship, clerk office, gambler casino, pilot cockpit, we all know, servant house, painter gallery, chef kitchen, and engineer at site. Okay, so these are the frequently asked words students. So please have a glance on these words. Why? Because these are very important. Producer film. A producer is the owner of the film. Usually he will produce the film, right? And similarly author will do what? Author will do what? Author will write a book or will write a poem. Food, author and poem, that is gone. Newspaper, there we call him as editor or something like that. Okay, not related to this one. Author is completely different. Now book and poem, these two are similar one. Now author writes what? A poem or a book. We go with poem. Okay, we go with poem, the best suitable one. Okay, we go with poem. He is the owner. When it comes to book, book means different context we may have that book. Okay, so that is the reason we are going with the poem. Okay, so tailor makes dress, goldsmith ornaments, poet poem, farmer crop, carpenter furniture, chef food, cobbler shoes, editor newspaper. Editor and newspaper. Editor is related to newspaper. Earlier also I told you, right? Right. Next, similarly, these are all similar ones. Now next, pen author. That means author will use a pen to write his poem, right? Author will use a pen to write his poem. Now, who will use a sword? Will a carpenter use a sword? No. He will use chisel and all those things. Warrior, farmer, no. Tailor, no. Warrior, yes. So our answer is warrior. So the person and his utensils, which he generally used to do his day-to-day activities. So gun will be used by whom? Soldier, or soldier will use a gun. Woodcutter will use an axe. Chef will use a knife. Blacksmith will use an anvil. Astronomer will use a telescope. Carpenter will use a saw. Sculptor will use chisel. Doctor stethoscope. Painter brush. Gardener harrow. Tailor needle. Plow farmer. Scissors barber. So these are the frequently asked ones students, which is similar to the given question here. Which is similar one to the given question for us here. Okay, right? Then next one. Eye myopia, teeth. See here, eye disease. We call it as one of the eye disease is myopia. Organ and its disease. Now for teeth, pyora. Okay, so this will be our answer. Similarly for liver, usually when liver is infected, what is the disease which is related to that? Jaundice. Cataract is for eye. We all know cataracts will formed in eye. Stones in kidneys. Right? These are some of the diseases, organs and diseases. Along with this, there will be many. Please have a look. Next, Ottawa is the capital for Canada, right? Country and its capital. Country and its capital. So Canberra is the capital for what? Australia. Canberra is the capital for Australia. Like this, we have some CES students. Rome, Italy. Accra, Ghana. New York, USA, and all these are similar one. Okay. Okay, these are similar, most frequently asked questions. So, and it doesn't mean that the questions will be asked only from this area. This is like, I am showing you all the different types of areas where they may ask us questions. And I am giving you some of the examples and which are important, which were already asked in the different examinations. So that what happens here is students, even though if you don't know the direct answer, sometimes by option elimination you can go with it. Okay, sometimes with the help of option elimination you can solve these type of questions. That is the reason I am giving you many examples here. Okay, right? Next one. Race fatigue. Now see here students, what is the relation between race and fatigue? When you participate in a race, running race, what happens is generally you will be fainted, right? So That is how it is related. Next, when you fast, what will happen? When you fast, generally what happens for you? Whether is fasting a disease? No. Fast, it will increase your energy? No. Will you sleep? No. What happens when you fast? You feel hunger. When you fast, you feel hunger. So our answer here becomes hunger. Similarly, when you shoot, what happens? Get killed. Shoot. Injection for disease, and food is for energy. Food is for energy. Okay. Next one. Scale and length. I see instrument and for what it is used. Scale is used for what? To measure the length. Scale is used for what? To measure the length. Similarly, odometer is used for what? Odometer is used for what? Odometer. What will be our answer here, students? Speed. Odometer is used for what? Speed. The speeding instrument which we use in our bikes, we call it as odometer. Odometer. Now see here, thermometer is used for what? To measure the temperature. Hygrometer is used to measure the humidity. Ammeter is used to measure the current. Seismograph is used to measure the earthquake. Like this, we will have different measuring instruments and the measuring items. So you should be good in all these things, students. Okay, next one. Son and daughter. This is related to the gender, right? Son and daughter. Male and female. Male and female. Similarly, nephew means what? What is the female version of nephew? We call it as niece. Niece. Opposite gender. Lion, lioness, boy, girl, bull, cow, duck, drake, dog, bitch, gentleman, lady. So these are the general things which are related to the gender, male and female relations. Male and female relations for us here. Okay. Next. See the next one. Virology. The study of virus is called, we call it as what? Virology. What is entomology, students? What is entomology? We all know. Entomology is study of what? Insects. Entomology is the study of insects for us here. Okay. Now see here, similarly different studies are there. These are very important, students. Why? Because most frequently asked areas, one of that areas is study of a disease or anything. Study of anything. The one of the most frequently asked question. Along with this, there will be many other things. All the disease. Study or try to note down all the diseases and then try to solve it. Neurology, nephrology, all these studies. All these studies, please make a note of all of them, and definitely you can expect a bare minimum one question from this area. Okay. Next one. Pen is to write. Okay. Pen is used for what? Writing. Then gun is used for what? For digging? No. To cut? No. To guard? Yes, this is up to some context it is clear, but in general for what we will use? You will use it for shooting. See, not only to guard, right? If we give gun is used in different context. To participate in any shooting competition, it can be used. Will they guard anyone? No, right? So guard is one of the duty, but generally what is the primary duty of a gun where we will use this gun? To shoot. Whether a guard is used for shooting or a athlete is will use it for what means a sports person will use it for what? Shooting, whatever it is. Okay. So here we will use it for what? Shooting. Loudspeaker is to amplify. Okay. Amplify what? Sound. Filter is for purification. Shield is to guard. Here it is guard. Microscope is used for magnifying the things. Spoon is used for feeding. Steering is used for what? Driving. So instrument and its usage. Right? Next one. We will see the next one. Quarrel, war. See here the intensity. Here it is based on what? Intensity. That means if the intensity is increased. Quarrel means what? Generally a dispute between two persons or three persons, we can call it as a quarrel. Now when it is with the countries, then what will happen? It will become a war. So intensifying the situation. Quarrel is a simple situation, but war is a very big thing which happens between two countries generally. So similarly, unhappy is generally a simple word. What is the most significant one? Happy. This is antonym, which is not a one. refuse no, deny no. So sad. Unhappy is okay. In any one small situation or in an instant, we can say that I am unhappy based on that one. Sad means what? It is a intensification of unhappy. The stage, next stage. Okay, similarly. Crime, sin. Okay, it means if I want to say, if I want to be little bit smooth, I can say that you have committed a crime. If I want to be little bit more harsh, I will use the word sin in general. Okay, refuse, deny, famous, renowned, moist, drench, wish, desire, sink and drown. Okay, these are the relations, intensifying the things. Okay, next one. Red Cross and hospital. See symbols. Symbols, what it indicates. Red Cross, usually it indicates us a hospital or a medical emergency. Anything which is related to medical situation, we will use the symbol plus Red Cross. I mean Red Cross, right? Now see here, similarly red. Red indicates which symbol. Don't say red is a color, sir. It is not like that. It is associated with something. Roses, no. Danger, blood, okay. Blood will be like that. If you consider like this, blood is in red color means roses are also, some roses are also in red in color, right? So that one is also called none of this. Usually red color indicates us a danger. Red flag, right? So that indicates us a danger. Now see here, degree, knowledge, black, sorrow. See, when anyone expires during a cricket match or any international matches, we can see that they will wear the black bands, right? So usually black indicates us sorrow or mourning, that things. Crown, monarchy, stars, rank. Based on the stars, the rank will be decided, right? In armed forces, green, clear. That means if you show a green flag, that means the route is clear, you can go or you can pass through. Right? Red flag means you should stop. It symbols as a danger. Next, mace, majesty. We'll have a mace. Victoria Cross for bravery. This one and stars are similar to our armed forces. We can use that one. Next one. Red Fort, Delhi. Okay, an iconic place and its location. Then Golden Temple is located at what city? Amritsar. So our answer here becomes what? Amritsar. Okay. Taj Mahal, Agra, Qutub Minar, Delhi, Rock Garden, Chandigarh, Sun Temple, Orissa, Jama Masjid, Delhi. Like this, we'll have different one. Okay. Next one. Now see here students, we will see some of the basic questions which was asked in different examinations from this concept, that is flying. Bird. Usually birds will fly, right? Right. Next, which animal will creep? Tell me students. Which animals creep? Snails will creep. So our answer here becomes snail. Okay. Time. We check time with the help of clock. Now what is used for thermometer? That means to measure which we will use thermometer. To measure the temperature. To measure the temperature we will use thermometer. Okay. Next, man walk. Fish will do what? Okay, fish swims for us. Okay, right? Next one. Import, export, what is the meaning of these two? Antonyms, right? Import and export. Now similarly, expenditure. Expenditure means what? What is the opposite one for that? Income. Income. Deficit is not a perfect one. Debt, no. Tax, no. Income. Income and expenditure are opposite to each other. My income and my expenditure. We will say, right, in general. Ocean contains what? Water. Okay. Or that is the relation between this one. Glacier contains what, students? Glacier contains what? Ice. Okay. Next, medicine is used for what? To cure sickness. Then book is used for what? This is very important, students. What happens here is, most of the students, whenever they see the word book, they will go for knowledge. But please see the context here. Oh yes, when you read book, you will gain knowledge. That is fine. But here, what is the context? For what medicine is used? To gain sickness? No, right? Medicine is used for what? To treat sickness. Medicine is used for what? To treat the sickness. Similarly, books are used for what? Books are used by teacher. Author, no. to what? To cure the ignorance. Books are used for what? To cure the ignorance. Okay. Books are used. Medicine is used for sickness. So, books are used for what? Ignorance. Bank, river. A river contains a bank. Right? A river contains a bank. That means that one. Now, similarly, for what we will have the coast, students? For what we will have the coast? For sea. For sea, we will have the coast. So, sea coast we call it, right? So, river bank and sea coast. So, that is a relation. So, in this manner, we will see the relations between the two things, and then we will try to get our answers. Make sure that whatever the relation which was there in the first two, the same relation should be there between the next two. That is the idea. For this, we will have different contexts and different things. So, this is the first part. That means this is purely based on words, students. Actually speaking, little bit of this will come under our English area also. Why? Because there you can see the synonyms and antonyms. And but in English, sometimes they may cover these general areas or not. But here in our context, in the reasoning context, we will cover this English part, that means synonyms, antonyms, some general studies part, that means studies and their diseases. We have seen that earlier. And work and workplace, like this, all the combination of all these things will give us analogy, students. So, this is the word analogy. Next, we will see the alphabets and as well as the number analogy in our following session. Right? Thank you very much.